It's day 2 at E3. I'm down here at Nintendo with Allie to check out TriForce Heroes, the new Zelda game for 3DS. I didn't think anyone saw this coming. This is a brand new announcement.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I also was like super psyched because I really didn't get a chance to play a ton of Four Swords Adventures or Four Swords, and so I'm like, oh, multiplayer Zelda, this is what I've been waiting for forever, and you get to play dress up and stuff. So, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because now there's online multiplayer. You know, the Four Swords games were local only, but this is great because now people can actually play these games together no matter where they are.
Yeah. So we've got online, we've got local, of course, and we've also got download play. And what's really cool is, we might get to see it later, what you can do is like these little emoticons on the bottom screen, and you can press them and it's like, Link will do like a pom-pom cheer if something goes right, or he can be like, no, or pick me up or whatever. So it's just a really good way to communicate with people, whether you're playing locally or online.
Sure, because I guess there isn't voice chat at this point, right?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, well, so let's take a look at what they're doing back here. Can you explain the structure of the game? I mean, is this a big grand adventure, or are we looking at, bite-sized levels sort of from the Four Swords Adventures, style?
Right. So we've got a town, and this town is part of this kingdom that's all about fashion, right? Like, everybody loves fashion, everybody's a fashionista, and that's where you go to, like, get new clothes, the costumes that you wear in the dungeon. But the way that it's structured is there's just a whole bunch of dungeons you can pick from, and so you start off in the town, and then you go, whether you're going to play single player or multiplayer, so 3 players, you go into this, area where you select that, and then you select the dungeon that you want to do. And then you go out on your adventure with your buddies. And so dungeons are structured with, I think it's 3 sections per dungeon, and there's a boss at the end. And so you have to work together to defeat to get through the dungeon. You share hearts. You need to use this new totem mechanic, which is like stacking the links up to solve puzzles. You need to defeat enemies together, so the bosses together. And then at the end of the boss, you each get your own treasure chest, which contains an item that you can then use to help make the costume, stuff like that.
So how do the costumes work exactly? Do you collect these by, spending rupees that you find during the game? And what sort of abilities will people expect to be able to play around with?
Right. So there's a town where your kind of costume shop is located, and we aren't going to get into too many details about how you craft them, stuff like that. You will need rupees. But some of the costumes that we're showing off now, let's see, looks like there's 2 people wearing the Zelda dress and 1 person wearing the Kokiri outfit. So the Kokiri outfit gives you more arrows to shoot. So if you're going into a dungeon that uses the bow, that's a really good one to pick. There's the bomb outfit, which gives you a bigger bomb. There's the Zelda dress, and the Zelda dress is one of my personal faves because what happens is you put it on, and if you defeat an enemy or you break a jar, you're more likely to get a heart than another person who's wearing a different costume. There's also the Lucky Loungewear, which is basically like silly jammies, and that makes it so you're more likely to basically dodge a hit. So you might get hit, but you won't take damage. And there's going to be more costumes as well that we're not going into details about, but there's going to be lots of good stuff for people to try out.
Maybe a chance of amiibo support with other series introducing costumes? Who knows, right?
Let your imagination go away with that.
So one thing I think a lot of people are wondering about, because this is a multiplayer game, how does it play when you're by yourself? I saw something during the presentation regarding the use of dolls. But how do those work? Are they completely AI-driven? Do you control them? What's the situation there?
Yep, so the way that single player works is you're basically in control of 3 different links and you have to switch between them. So whereas multiplayer is each link is going on at the exact same time, they're all moving in different directions. In single player, it's more methodical. So multiplayer, you've got this hectic, okay, everybody got to work together, let's do this super quick. Whereas single player is okay, I have to think about, I need to put this link here so I can get that link over on that button and then that link to push that block. So it's a little bit more methodical, a little bit more kind of thought out as you're going. Since it is that single player, you're controlling all 3 links kind of at the same time, but in turn, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, so TriForce Heroes is coming out this fall, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, and new 3DS only, or every 3DS will work with this game?
It is compatible with the 3DS family.
Awesome. Thank you, Allie. Thanks for watching us at GameSpot. Stay tuned for more news about Nintendo and the rest of the great games at the show.